development of tongue. At the session 3, I have covered this endodermal derivative. So endodermal derivative has two types, lateral derivative and ventral derivative. So lateral derivative arising from the pharyngeal pouch and ventral derivative there is a developing primitive floor. So floor of this floor of this pharyngeal primitive pharynx there is a development of this tongue. So today I will cover this only the development of this tongue. So it may be considered there is a three of the development of this tongue. First, there is a development of this mucous membrane. Then there is a development of this muscles and fibroalveolar tissue. So these one are I should cover in three heading. First, mucous membrane for the development of this mucous membrane. The tongue of this mucosa is entirely derived from this endodermal of this foregut and it developed is divided into this ventral two-third or the oral part and dorsal one-third or the pharyngeal part. So this tongue, you see in this one are the gross anatomy of this tongue, this one are the anterior part of this tongue, this one are the sulcus terminalis, and this part are the posterior part of this tongue. So entire tongue is divided into this ventral two-third and dorsal one-third. So these one are this ventral two-third nave is given this oral part and dorsal one-third nave is given this pharyngeal part. So tongue due to its development, tongue is has a two part, anterior part and posterior part. So anterior part of this tongue is developed from floor of this pharynx. So tongue is divided into two parts, oral part and pharyngeal part. Oral part developed from the three swelling associated with first pharyngeal arch. And pharyngeal part of this tongue developed from the second, third and fourth pharyngeal arch. So this one are the during this developmental they are different. So tongue is developed from mucous membranes or the endoderm of this foregut. Second is developed from muscles. So tongue muscles, all intrinsic muscles and extrinsic muscles are developed from this occipital myotome and it's now supplied by the hypoglossal nerve except palatoglossal because they derive from this fourth arch. So it's supplied by this vagus or the pharyngeal branch. And third, there is a stroma or the connective tissue, which is these one are the derived from this pharyngeal arch mesoderm. So these are the three type of this divided into this development of this tongue. So the development of the tongue in relation to the pharyngeal arch, first to fourth in the floor of this developing mouth, developed during this 4 to 8 weeks. We have seen that each pharyngeal arch arises from a mesodermal thickening, lateral wall of this foregut, that is grow ventrally to become discontinuous with this corresponding arch of the opposite side. So medial most part of this mandibular arch proliferate to form a two lingual swelling. This one are this two lingual swelling. This one are this lateral wall of this pharynx. Already you learned. Here there is a pharyngeal arches. This one are the cleft and this one are the endodermal part are the pouches. And this one are the floor of this endodermal derivative of this floor of this pharyngeal pouch. So these are first arch, second arch, third, fourth and sixth arch. So in relation with this floor of this pharynx, first there is a development of this two lingual swelling. So the medial most part of this mandibular arch proliferate to form two lingual swelling. The lingual swelling are partially separated from each other by another swelling that appear in the midline. This swelling is called the tuberculum impaired. तो सेंट्रली जो swelling हो रहा है in relation between these two lingual swelling, name is given this tuberculum impaired. Immediately near this tubercular impaired, the epithelium proliferates to form a nerve growth, name is given this thyroglossal duct, from which the thyroid gland develops. The site of this downward growth is subsequently marked by a depression for the foramen cecum. So here there is a depression, name is given this foramen cecum. Behind this lingual swelling, there is a small depression due to this thyroglossal duct, name is given this foramen cecum. Another midline swelling is seen in relation to the medial end of the second, third and fourth arch. This swelling is called the hypobrachial eminence or the cupola of His. You see this another swelling. Name is given this hypobrachial eminence. This one is hypobrachial eminence and this cupola. and anteriorly this portion name is given this. This one are this hypobrachial anterior. This swelling name is given this tuberculum impaired. These two are the lingual swelling behind there is a foramen secum. And this one are the hypobrachial eminence. तो इस swelling का नाम दिया है hypobrachial eminence और the couple of this is a second, third and fourth arch के relation में second, third and fourth arch के relation में. So eminence so subdivided into this cranial part related to the second and third arch called the cupula, and caudal part related to the fourth arch name is given this. And this caudal part, fourth arch, this caudal part from the epiglottis. So this cupula initially, you see this second diagram. This one are the lingual swelling, tubercular impaired behind the foramen secum, and this hypobrachial eminence is divided into this cranial part in relation to the second and third arch, and caudal part in relation to the fourth arch, and behind there is a laryngeal orifice. So these one are the initial development of this, the floor of primitive floor of this pharynx. The anterior two-third of this tongue is formed by fusion of this tuberculum impaired and two lingual swelling, and the anterior two-third of this tongue is thus derived from this mandibular arch. So according to some, tuberculum impaired does not make the significant contribution to the tongue. So this one are this anterior two-third of this tongue. Second diagram, you see, this one are the five sources of the development of this tongue. First there is a lingual swelling. This one are the 2L number, right and left lingual swelling. Posteriorly behind the tuberculum impaired. Behind this are the formation of this foramen secum and the downward growth of this thoracic duct, thyroglossal duct. The hypobrachial eminence divided into this cranial part and caudal part. Cranial part name is given this hypobrachial eminence of this cranial most part. And behind there is a caudal part of this hypobrachial eminence. So posterior one-third of this tongue is formed from this cranial part of this hypobrachial eminence or the cupula. And in this situation, the second and the mesodermal gets buried below to the surface. The third arch mesoderm grew over it to fuse with this mesoderm in the first arch. The posterior one-third of this tongue is thus formed by the third arch mesoderm. So this one are the anterior third of this tongue, this one are formation of this posterior third of this, posterior third of this, one third of this tongue is formed by third arch mesoderm. The posterior most part of this tongue is derived from this fourth arch. पीछे का जो माउंट है this one are the derived from this fourth arch. You see this complete the development of this tongue. So here there is a fusion of these two lingual swelling, right and left to form a tip of the tongue and an anterior two-third of the tongue by the lingual swelling in first arch. Then posterior one-third of the tongue it is formed by this the near part of this hypobrachial eminence, third arch, and posterior most part of this tongue is derived from this caudal part of this hypobrachial eminence from this fourth arch. So anterior third is the mandibular arch में से नेलों इसको इसके नाम है mandibular नाम, and posterior third की जो है third arch की जो नाम है glossopharyngeal नाम, and fourth arch की है superior laryngeal नाम. So these one are the due to its development, it has a innervate by the its same nerve supply. So along with this arches, there is a nerves of this arch that supply the nerve. The posterior most part of this tongue is derived from this fourth arch. The line of this junction of this anterior two-third and the posterior one-third of the tongue is indicated by an inverted V-shaped sulcus terminalis. So this one are this V-shaped name is given the sulcus terminalis. Behind there is a foramen secum. So line of junction of anterior two-third and posterior one-third. ये इंटीरियर two-third part है, this one are the posterior one-third. उन दोनों के बीच में जो लाइन है junction between this anterior two-third and posterior one-third, it is V-shaped line, inverted V-shaped line sulcus. Name is given the sulcus terminalis. It keeps with its embryological origin. The anterior two-third of the tongue is supplied by this lingual branch of this mandibular nerve. So this one are supplied by this lingual branch of this mandibular nerve. In posterior one-third, it innervate two branch. The cranial most part is supplied this glossopharyngeal nerve, and caudal part is supplied the superior laryngeal nerve branch of this vagus nerve. So due to its development, it inherited its nerve supply. The post-traumatic nerve of this first arch, and by this coda tympani, which is pre-traumatic nerve of this arch. The posterior one-third of this tongue is supplied by glossopharyngeal nerve, which is the nerve of this third arch. The most posterior part of the tongue is supplied by the superior laryngeal nerve, which is the nerve of this fourth arch. So due to its development, we can avoid the different nerve supply. So इन जो आर्च में से डेवलप हो रहा है पार्ट वो उसकी नर्व उसको सप्लाई करेंगे. इसमें एंटीरियर तो थर्ड मैंडिबुलर नर्व सप्लाई कर रही है एंड पोस्टीरियर वन थर्ड ग्लोसोफेरेंजियल एंड सुपीरियर ग्लोसोफेरेंजियल थर्ड आर्च में से डेवलप हो रहा है उसकी नर्व सप्लाई ग्लोसोफेरेंजियल जो फोर्थ आर्च में से डेवलप हो रहा है पार्ट तो उसकी नर्व सप्लाई है सुपीरियर लैरिंजियल नर्व. So due to its development it's supplied the different nerve. The component of this tongue include mucous membrane, muscles and fibroareolar stroma. The mucosa of the tongue is derived from this endoderm of this foregut. So ये हो गया mucosa, mucous membrane. It forms the endoderm of this floor of this pharynx. So tongue की component में जो mucous membrane है, muscles and the fibroareolar stroma. The mucosa of the tongue is derived from this endoderm of this foregut. The musculature of this tongue is derived from this occipital myotome. This explains its nerve supply by the hypoglossal nerve, which is the nerve of this myotome. The fibroareolar stroma is derived from this pharyngeal arch mesoderm. So, mucous membrane derived from this endoderm of this floor of this pharynx. Anterior to third, first arch, 3 swelling, 2 lateral lingual swelling, and 1 medial tubercular dimple. Fused to form anterior to third tongue, oral part, and fungiform and filiform papilla develop. So this one are the its nerve supply. Due to its development, it innervated by this general sensation by the lingual nerve and branch of this mandibular nerve. And taste sensation carried by this caudal branch of this facial nerve. So this one are the innervated by this nerve supply anterior to third of the tongue. Posterior one third of this tongue is derived from this arch 3 and 4 from the first swelling, name is given this hypobrachial eminence. Overgrowth arch second and buried it from posterior one third of the tongue and circumdended papilla. So it innervated by this from the foramen septum and the sulcus terminally separate anterior two third and posterior one third. So उसकी जो nerve supply है general and taste sensation by the glossopharyngeal nerve and posterior most part internal laryngeal nerve branch of this vagus nerve. So due to its development it innervated by its different nerve supply. So ये वाला part है first pharyngeal arch में से develop हो रहा है, ये वाला posterior से third and fourth में से develop हो रहा है, इसलिए उसकी nerve supply उसी हिसाब से है. So this one are this development of mucous membrane. The endoderm of this pharyngeal apparatus floor give rise to the tongue, thyroid, and laryngeal aurific craniopodalic. So this one are the 3 swelling and posterior hypobrachial eminence उसमें से develop हो रही थी tongue. उसके पीछे thyroid aorticulum है, laryngeal aurific है, यहाँ से develop हो रहा है larynx, and in front there is a thyroid aorticulum. So pouch, each pouch has a ventral and dorsal part. This one are the ventral part, this one are the dorsal part. So ventral part pouch first and second are obliterated and from the developing tongue. So ventral portion, this one are the dorsal part. So ventral part में से develop हो रही थी tongue. So due to this one are the pharyngeal arch first, second, third and fourth. तो first arch यहाँ पे है, उसके nerve supply mandibular है. Anterior two third of this anterior two third of this tongue and second arch जो buried हो रही है third arch में, this one are the second arch जो yellow color है वो buried हो रही है, second arch are buried within this third arch. ये second arch की जो nerve है वो tongue को supply नहीं कर रही. Third arch posterior one third of this tongue including this circumvallate papilla and fourth there is a epiglottis or the posteriormost part of the tongue are developed. So due to its development it innervates its arches जो कि nerve supply हो. So development of this muscle of the tongue is derived from this occipital myotome. उसकी जो nerve supply है hypoglossal nerve muscle of the tongue को supply करती है. The musculature of the tongue is derived from this occipital myotome. This explains this nerve supply by the hypoglossal nerve, which is the nerve of this occipital martum. And fibroareolar stroma is derived from this pharyngeal arch of this mesoderm. The epithelium of this tongue is first made up of this single layer of the cells. Later it becomes the stratified and papilla become the evident. So taste buds are formed in relation to this in terminal branches of this intervening nerve fibers. The circumvallate papilla of this tongue develop from this radial part of this hypobrachial eminence and migrate to the anterior aspect of the sulcus terminalis. They are supplied by the glossopharyngeal nerve. The various component of this tongue and then embryologic origin and the innervation. It is different due to its development. So muscle, third, fourth occipital martum, 12th or the hypoglossal nerve are innervate except the palatal glossus. Because these are not supplied for arts supplied by this pharyngeal branch of this vagus nerve. Fibroareolar stroma derived from this mesenchyme of this brachial arch. Papilline taste bud are derived from circumvallate and foliate papilla. Glossopharyngeal nerve supplied by the fungiform and filiform papilla supplied by this facial nerve. So these one are the component of this tongue and derived from its different part. Because of this anterior two-third distance develop हो रहा था first arch में से. Because of posterior one-third, third arch में से. And posterior most part of this radicular deformed and epithelium and connective tissue fourth arch में से. Musculature all intrinsic muscle except the palatoglossal occipital martum and palatoglossal fourth arch में से develop हो रही है. Papilla and taste bud develop हो रहे हैं circumvallate and foliate papilla, glossopharyngeal and fungiform and foliate papilla facial. So this one are this different derivative of this term. Now these are the summary of the table. You can see this table, structures of this tongue and source of this development and its nerve supply. So mucous membrane and taste bud of this anterior two-third of this tongue, endodermal lining of this first and second arch. उसकी nerve supply है lingual nerve, a branch of this mandibular nerve, a nerve of this first arch, and coda tympani nerve, a branch of this facial nerve, the nerve of this second arch. Mucous membrane and the taste bud of this posterior one-third of the tongue develop from endodermal lining of this third arch. उसकी nerve है glossopharyngeal nerve, the nerve of this third arch. Mucous membrane and taste bud of this posterior most part of this tongue is derived from this endodermal lining of this fourth arch. And उसकी nerve है superior laryngeal nerve, the nerve of this fourth arch vagus nerve की branch. Muscle of the tongue, occipital martum, hypoglossal nerve supply करती है. The nerve of this occipital martum except palatoglossal. Because palatoglossal यहाँ से develop हो रहा था fourth arch में से. So this one are the different nerve supply and tongue with its derivative. Now congenital anomalies. First there is a aglossia. Aglossia मतलब है absent of this tongue. So macro the tongue may be too large, उसको बोलेंगे हम macroglossia. Too small, उसको हम बोलेंगे microglossia. So aglossia और the hemiglossia का मतलब है aglossia means absent और hemi means half tongue. So here there is either aglossia or hemiglossia. Second macroglossia, the tongue may be too large. And too small, इसको बोलेंगे हम microglossia. Now bifid tongue. So bifid tongue, there is a tongue may be bifid because of this non-fusion of these two lingual swelling. So generally snacks में आपको लिखेगी bifid tongue. So दोनों two lingual swelling fuse नहीं होगी तो फिर bifid tongue लिखेंगे. Then ankyloglossia or the tongue tie. So apical part of this tongue may be anchored to the floor of this mouth, while covered developed from frenulum. This condition is known as the ankyloglossia or the tongue tie. If interfered with this speech, occasionally the tongue may be adherent to the palate. Name is given this ankyloglossia superior. So this one are this tongue tie or the ankyloglossia. Now lingual cyst. Sometimes there is a formation of the cyst. Name is given the lingual cyst. So these are the some anomalies related to this development. So another malformation. You see this first arch Lateral lingual swelling, failure of this to fuse probably cause the deep medial sulcus or a worst on the bifid tongue. This one are the bifid tongue. So like tongue of the snake. This one are this overgrowth, so macroplasia, undergrowth, microplasia. So these one are the different derivative of these arches of this tongue. First arch means two lingual swelling. These are the tubercular empire. Thoramexicum, this one are the hypobrachial eminence. Third and fourth arch is related with this posterior control of the tongue. Anterior totally derived from this first and second arch. Second arch is buried within this first and third arch. So there is no role of this, no supply of this tongue by the second arch. So tongue malformation and ankylopleusia, here you see this normal lingual phlegm. It is attached and this name is given this tongue tie. Ankylopleusia or the tongue tie. Short lingual phlegm resting the tongue protrusion. So there is difficulty in speech with this clinical condition. Name is given this tongue tie. So apical part of this tongue may be anchored by the floor of this mouth by a overdeveloped frenulum. This condition is known as the ankylosing. So these are the some anomaly and clinical correlation along with this anomalous development of this tongue. Now pharyngeal arch, summary of this pharyngeal arch. So first pharyngeal arch, our name is given this maxillary arch, mandibular arch, maxillary and mandibular process develop हो रही थी, उसकी now है trigeminal difference maxillary and mandibular division. उसके मसल्स डेवलप हो रहे हैं, मसल ऑफ मेस्टिकेशन, माइलोहाइड, एंटीबेडो डाइगेस्टिक, इंटेंसर पैलाटिन, इंटेंसर टेम्पिनल. स्केलेटल एलिमेंट फर्स्ट आर्ट्स में से डेवलप हो रहे हैं, प्रीमैक्सिला, मैक्सिला, ज़ैगमेटिक बोन, पार्ट ऑफ टेम्पोरल बोन, मिकस कार्टिलेज, मैंडिबल मेलस, इंकस एंड एंटीरियर लिगामेंट ऑफ मेलस, पेरोमैंडिबुलर लिगामेंट. सेकंड आर्च नेम इज गिवन दिस हाइड आर्च, उसकी नाव है फेशियल नाव. फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन के सारे मसल्स डेवलप हो रहे हैं. along with this posterior body of this digastric, stylohyoid, stapedius and stapes, styloid process, stylohyoid ligament, stylohyoid ligament, lesser form of this side bone and upper portion of this side body of this side bone derived from this second arch of the hyoid. थर्ड आर्ट्स एंड फोर्थ एंड सिक्स आर्ट्स के नाम नहीं है. थर्ड आर्ट्स में भी लोग है ग्लोसोफेरेंजियल, उसमें से ओनली वन मसल्स डेवलप होता है स्टाइलोफेरेंजियल मसल्स. उसके जो स्केलेटन एलिमेंट है ग्रेटर हॉर्न ऑफ दिस एंड लोअर पोर्शन ऑफ दिस बॉडी ऑफ दिस हायर हॉर्न. फोर्थ एंड सिक्स आर्ट्स की नाम है वेगस नाउ, सुपरीमेरेंजियल फोर्थ की है, रिकरेंट एंजियल नाउ सिक्स आर्ट्स की नाम है. सो उसकी जो मसल्स है क्रिकोथायरॉइड, लिवेटर पेलाटिन, constrictor of this pharynx, intrinsic muscles of the larynx develop from this six arch. And उसकी जो cartilage है laryngeal cartilage, it is derived from this fourth and sixth arch. So this one are the summary of this pharyngeal arch. So you see this diagram, there is a skeletal element and the cartilage of this different cartilage derived from this is pharyngeal element. Now pharyngeal groove or the pouch. So first groove in the pouch, external auditory meatus, tympanic membrane, tympanic antrum and mastoid antrum. Pharyngotympanic and the ischial tube are derived from this first groove or the pouch. Second, third and fourth groove are obliterated by overgrowth of the second arch forming the cervical sinus. If persist from the brachial fistula that open into the side of the neck, extending from the tonsillar sinus. Second pouch is obliterated by development of this palatine tonsil, and third pouch dorsally from the inferior parathyroid gland, ventrally from the thymus gland, by fusing with this counterpart of this opposite side. So this one are the derivative of this endodermal derivative of the pouch. Fourth pouch dorsal give rise to the superior parathyroid gland and ventral give rise to the ultimobrachial body. This give rise to the parafollicular cells of the thyroid gland. Fifth pouch in the human is incorporated with this fourth pouch. So these one are the development of this pharyngeal arches and pharyngeal apparatus. Now development of this tongue. Summary of this development of this tongue. So tongue wings to develop at the about fourth feet. The oral part anterior 2/3 develop from two distal tongue bud lateral lingual swelling. In median tongue bud, tuberculum intake, first brachial arch, innervated by the fifth nerve of the trigeminal nerve. So the pharyngeal part developed from this scapula at the hypobrachial eminence, second, third and fourth brachial arch. So innervated by this ninth cranial nerve, glossopharyngeal nerve. The line of fusion of this oral and pharyngeal part of the tongue is roughly indicated in the adult by the V-shaped line called as the terminal sulcus. At the apex of this terminal sulcus is the foramen septum. So muscle of the tongue developed from this occipital somite and innervated by this hypoglossal nerve. So these are the summary of this development of this tongue. So any query, please tell me. Thank you.